Hey guys, today we'll be making a scuffed list, so we'll just give it a shot. So, first off, I think let's try building, well, a bit of Tearlament, but we're going to make this list a bit different from the usual list, so we'll start off by putting in a bit of a danger package, and I'll fix this, like, the ratios a bit later, I guess. So we have danger, and then we'll put in Dark River. And of course, since we're putting in Dark River, of course we want reinforcement of the army. And just to make this more interesting, we're going to just do a bit of for fun stuff here. So we'll just already let's just remove those ahead of time. Save ourselves a little bit of headache here. So grab Small World, and then we'll grab Curious as well. Curious the Light Sworn Dominion. And then let's grab Dugaris, Zephyros, and then we'll also grab, let's see. Is this about right? Looking alright. Okay, so now we'll put in our Tearlament cards, and we'll keep it minimal for the most part. We want Scream. No, we do not care that much about Scream. And then we'll go 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. And then 2 of these. I guess we can take 1 of these. Or do we even care about Pearlorino? I mean, I don't personally care that much. But I guess it's okay because this goes even if it's in our hand, so it's like not that bad. So we'll put these in, and then do we even want Rhino? I guess we need Rhino if we're playing Kaleido Heart. So we can cut out Kaleido or... Not, yeah, let's just cut out Kaleido. Don't care. Alright. Then we do like 1 of Salik and then 1 of Prime, and then we'll just keep it like somewhat minimalistic like this. So this might look a bit insane, but I'll show you guys the combo. So let's see. I just want to see a certain hand. Alright, good enough. So just ignore these 3 cards. I don't care about them right now. All we need is Dark Refer and Danger Nessie. So we can, of course, special summon Dark Refer by discarding Danger Nessie. Danger Nessie discard allows us to add a card, in which case we will most likely choose Danger Jackalope, so we will add Danger Jackalope to our hand. And now we have Dark Refer on our field. We can once again discard 1 dark monster for a cost, send a dark monster from your deck to the graveyard. So that will not trigger a Tearlament effect, but what it will allow us to do is trigger our danger effects, of course. So we will trigger Jackalope's effect to special summon Mothman. And let's say we want to send... We can send either, well, Zephyros, or we can do something else. So another play we can do is to, instead of summoning Mothman here, we can summon Tsuchinoko, and then send our copy of Zephyros. Zephyros returning Tsuchinoko to our hand. Special summon Dugaris, bring back Dark Refer. Dark Refer effect, discarding the Tsuchinoko we just added. And then we can, from there, send whichever Tearlament girl we're feeling like sending. And when we send it here from our deck to the graveyard, it is by effect. And this allows us to make Tearlament's Kick Kalos, which requires a Tearlament's monster plus 1 Aqua monster. And would you look at that, Danger Nessie is indeed an Aqua monster. So let's say we send, for example, Havness. We will have Danger Nessie, Havness here. And then that just makes Kick Kalos. And that just works completely fine. And of course, we still have Dugaris on field, and then we have Dark Refer as well as Tsuchinoko, and then Kikelo. So that is like 4 monsters, and this is just a combo straight up, right? So that's a 2-card combo, and we end with, at this point, 4 monsters on the field. So obviously a lot of things we can do from there. So I'm not sure where we want to go with this, but we can definitely go into Rukelos if we wish. We can technically do a bit more as well, I don't know. We can also play around with Kikillos Mill if we're looking to do the mill at this point. We've gotten our Mothman and Zephyros out of the deck if we did that line. There are other lines that you can do as well, of course. If we, instead of discarding Tsuchinoko at some point, we found the time to, like, send our, in that case it wasn't it Havness that was in hand? It doesn't matter. But we can just send whichever one, like, I guess in this case, maybe Havness from our, hand to the graveyard for cost or whatever, doesn't even matter. We can then, well, ideally it would be Merly, I guess, that's in the graveyard. We would then be able to bring back Merly with, like, Kikelos effect, and then we'd be able to mill 8 if we wanted to. So of course we're going to also put in Destrudo, Chaos Ruler, because there's also a Chaos Ruler line that we can do. So this is completely worth checking out, I guess. So the line is very similar, but it has some changes, I guess. And even if we don't get a hit off of Chaos Ruler, like a good hit, we will still likely hit a monster we can add to our hand, and then we will probably be able to make Kyrios and still be able to, like, end on something there, which is not bad at all. So to increase our consistency here, I would prefer a few more, like, high-level dark monsters. So the rest of the deck should be like some kind of engine that runs like a higher level dark monster that I might want in the graveyard that I'd be okay with, right? Something like that. What would I be running here with this? So, easy answer for me is usually Zombie World because I have, like, Zombie Brain, and I have looked at Zombie Worlds and all their techs, like, possible techs as well, pretty extensively. So, that would be the easy answer, but sometimes it's not about the easy answer, and we want to just get a little funky with it. So, let's see, what else can we put into our graveyard that has a kind of, bunk we might want? Well, actually, now that I think about it, what would be interesting is, well, it's not like necessarily the best play, but actually, yeah, let's try Dark World. I was thinking of doing something else goofy, but if we, for example, made our graveyard entirely fairies, then technically the Tearlament monsters would be able to make the first Dark Lord, which I thought might be funny, but then I reconsidered because it's kind of just dumb. So these don't have like insane synergy, and you do want to run a good amount of fiends with Dark World. But just for fun, these I won't bother making this competitively viable for now. But if we actually run Grapha, of course, we just need to find some way to get a Grapha into the graveyard. But if we run Grapha, we can, of course, go into the fusion monster here, Grapha Dragon Overlord of Dark World. This just requires a Grapha Dragon Lord of Dark World and a Dark Monster, in which case every Tearlament girl here, of course, is a Dark Monster, so we can just go directly into Grapha for pseudo Omni Negate. One might say an Omni Negate at home. Ideally, I think I might want to change the package up a bit to kind of see if we can get this to work well. The issue is being able to discard the Dark World cards by effect, which is a bit rough. I don't know if I can manage this, actually. And in general, we want a good normal summon if possible. Like, that usually pairs alongside Dark Griffer really well, so we can attempt our Dark Griffer line. If it gets hand trapped or whatever, like Ashed, whatever, we can still do our normal summon and extend. Which is why, like, Dark River pairs well with zombies to an extent, with like Dark River pairing really well with Uni-Zombie being a good normal summon. Just for example, and I guess Solitaire kinda counts because like it's also Uni-Zombie, so pretty decent consistency there, and having like two different ways to start your combos is pretty nice. So I think I might not want to run like Ginta and stuff after I considered it a bit more. But I guess we could technically run this, and then we have like Destrudo to make like AFD, Ancient Fairy Dragon. But, I definitely do want like to run something else. Well, what to run? Well, I guess let's go completely unhinged then, and run Punk. Because having a light monster for Chaos Ruler is also nice. So we'll go, Ogre Dance, like this. Oxytune discards for effect, so we'll also go 3. And then we'll go, 2 of these. That should be fine. And then one of those, and that should be fine. And then we'll just keep it nice, compact, and small. Like this. Is it small? No. Smaller? Maybe. And we can do some cycling. If we put in more like Punk stuff, we do have room in our extra deck here. So we can do like that kind of thing. I don't feel like putting in like anti-hand trip stuff right now, but I mean technically you should. Like, I don't know. Held by Ash Blossom, whatever. Makes sense. You, in general, just want these anyways, so I'll just put them in anyways, I guess. It's whatever. And then we have Psychic End Punisher. Funny. Psychic End. If you've noticed, we can just make Chaos Ruler and then normal summon Ash Blossom to make Psychic End Punisher, which I find just kind of funny. But then aside from that, I guess we'll put in like a copy of Baron. And then like Shinobi Necro. This is pretty simple, pretty standard stuff, I guess, so pretty okay with this, like, even as is. We have a lot of dark monsters as well, so let's go a little crazy with it and then do this as well. Let's try to keep this a bit minimal, so we'll go this. And then I think we want, like, if we're playing 2, I think we can get away with, like, this. And then the best discard actually is this one. So this is now 50 cards, and we want to up the consistency a bit more. Do we? Actually, no, we're probably fine. We can probably actually attempt to dig for Dark Grepher with, like, our copy of Chaos Ruler also. Just having more, like, cards that are good in the graveyard would be pretty swell. So we'll just wrap up with, say, Shid Brigandine and Redoer are also good. So we can do this, and then we just want, like, maybe some things that would be good to mill. So, yeah, sometimes I like being an asshole, so, you know, Thunder Dragon. Makes sense to me. We just round out with some Thunder Dragons, so I think this is the one you want to banish, and then we go like this. One of Roar. So then all we need to do is banish a single Thunder Dragon Dark, and we're good to go. Do we have a good way to banish our cards? Maybe not, but still okay, I guess. And that's about as far as we need to go for, like, the Thunder Dragon stuff. If we wanted to, Nemesis Corridor is potentially an option, but I don't want to, like, mill Nemesis Corridor or anything like that. And, of course, I forgot some cards. Deer Note. We're supposed to run Deer Note, actually. And then alongside this, did I put in Sharakusai? And Rising Carp. I believe I forgot. Okay. So, yep, that should work. I think we put in, like, a reasonable amount here. And now it's just, like, emergency teleport. And we have most of what we want here. one more card. Might as well push it to 60, you know? Just be a little unhinged. Well, let's like, I didn't want to put Scream in before because of how I was initially intending to build the deck, but I guess it's okay now. We can do it like that. And I guess just because IP is in general useful, let's just, so I don't have to think, IP Unicorn. Nice. And we have one more extra deck space for something. Probably just another Link monster will, like, help. We'll just do Muckraker. Muckraker should be fine. Muckraker to summon back Gruffa, I guess, right? Does this in general protect monsters or only just fiends? Fiends, right? Well, actually, Muckraker can just protect your monsters from, like, a Raigeki, actually, by tributing itself. I was not aware of this, actually. Just requires to affect monsters. Not bad, honestly, so we'll just keep it like this. This is pretty simple, pretty classic, pretty good. I think we can probably get some, like, decent hands out of this. We can Rhoda for Dark Gruffer here. And then we can probably make plays with that. Yeah, this actually might go pretty hard. It's hard to tell where these hands go without being able to test them. But yeah, some hands maybe not as good as others. It is quite a pile, I guess. So this is basically Scuffed here with no Rhino. So we're just going essentially no Rhino Tearlament, and we're just doing some goofy things with our list here. We could like simplify this down quite a bit, make it like easier, you know, easier to play, more consistent, but yeah, I didn't feel like it. I think these ratios look about right. I think they can be changed a little bit. I think our best discard is, or mill, is 100% Phantom Knights of Ancient Cloak, being able to add us like Silent Boots or Torn Scales, then Torn Scales being able to get like Silent Boots into the graveyard potentially, and then itself, and then special summoning itself back. In that case, you might want actually 2 Silent Boots for this. So that makes it a little awkward. And also, this is also another high-level Dark monster that you can discard for Dark Gruffer. So in general, I think this list is probably at least playable, if nothing else. But, you know, sometimes you just gotta have a little fun with your deck building. Might not be the most competitively viable deck, but 100%, like, looks like a pretty playable deck. I don't know if I would enjoy playing this or not, as I haven't really played this. But I mean, I am only missing 1 card here. I might craft this, I don't know. Maybe. Well, anyways, that's all I've got for you guys today, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.